something like that.
Yeah, they got feel as a Commander fan. We ain't gonna talk about that. But last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours, man.
Man, you should feel good as a Commander fan. But this week happening, man. Look, we got the people checking in from Twitter, man. Shout out to that comment right there.
Yes,
But
sir.
you should feel good with all the money that y'all got and the way people are just jumping off of teams and just moving around. Like I heard over the weekend on the radio, they was like, I think the NFL was tired of how the NBA all season moves because you know how people, big name players are just traded here or they move in there. Because normally when you think of Russell Wilson, you don't think that he would be traded. You would be like, all right, he's gonna stay where he's at. When you think of Aaron Rodgers, you're like, he's gonna retire a Packer. But now you got big name people leaving, or you got people not even trying to work out cap casualties. Like, hey man, take the team deal so you can stay. A lot of players are like, nah, LeBron did it, KD did it, so I'm gonna do it. And Russ again was telling somebody, hey, I like being here, but it's kind of like when you take a girl on a fine wine at dinner. You know she's not really gonna give you nothing at the end of the day. She's just here for the meal. So that's what Russ did to the Broncos. He said, look, I'm gonna let y'all foot the bill and I'm gonna go over here and play for the Steelers. And hey, that Walmart brand, man, they getting money out here. So this is Act 3, black and yellow. What are you gonna do this time? Russell Wilson, man. We just found out that the 9-time Pro Bowler is signing a 1-year deal with the Steelers. I think he's taking 1.2. And like I said, the Broncos got to foot the rest of that bill, that 37.8 million salary. The remaining of that, they're gonna have to pay that.
Woo.
I never seen somebody pay somebody to leave, but that's a whole nother industry, but we ain't gonna talk about that. It's too early in the morning. So fellas, does Russell Wilson move the needle for the Steelers? I know a Ravens fan, man. I know they were a little upset by this move. Joe, does it move the needle?
Are you saying that you ruffled some? They ruffled some feathers.
I think so.
And you know, it's funny. Pay somebody to leave. That sounds like a divorce, right? And look, word of advice for my guys who take somebody out and you know you don't get stuff in return. That's why hello, yeah, I want to report a fraud. Yeah, hey, that's all I gotta say. All right, but look, I think it does move the needle. I think it does move. I think it's a win-win situation for both parties. All right. First of all, Russell Wilson signed a 1-year. Basically a $1 million contract. Like basically the Steelers are barely paying anything to have this guy on their roster. And what I like about this move for Russell Wilson, he could have easily went to, because we heard the report live on the show, to the Giants. He could have easily went to a team that he knows he's going to be a starter. He said, I just want an opportunity to fight and compete for the starting position. That says a lot about his confidence, that he believes in himself, that he's going to go there and be that starter. And it's good for Mike Tomlin also because clearly Kenny Pickett needs this. He needs that competition. He needs that guidance. If Russell Wilson beats him out, he needs that veteran that's going to teach him how to be an NFL player and teach him the little things about being a quarterback. So this is going to help Kenny Pickett, all right? And this is a proven deal for Russell Wilson. He comes in there. He did say himself that he wants to have 2 Super Bowls, right? He said that. So if you want to have 2 Super Bowls, guess what? You mess this up, this might be your last time being the starter in the NFL, because he's on a 1-year deal, right? So this is an opportunity for him to redeem himself, to actually make a better name for himself. You look at Kenny Pickett the last 2 years, 13 touchdowns. Last year, only 4 interceptions, right? So let's put the last 2 touchdowns together and the interception for last year. That's it. We're not going to talk about the first year of the interception. That was 9. 13 touchdowns last 2 years, only 4 interceptions last year. Russell Wilson, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Remember, the Broncos went on a 5-game win streak. In that 5-game win streak, y'all, they beat Cleveland. They beat the Vikings, who was fighting for playoff position. They beat Buffalo. They beat the Chiefs, who they never beat since Mahomes been there. And they beat the Packers, but we all know what the Packers are capable of. We saw in the playoffs. Sorry, Tomo. So I think that it was a great move. I thought that it was a great move for both parties. And let's see how it played out. And this is a playoff team with any quarterback behind center, with Russell Wilson being there. This could be dangerous. Shout out to
Dangerous. Dave, how you feeling?
Let's talk. Hold up. Yeah, let's do this first.
Oh, okay. It's a battle now. It's a battle. Go ahead.
My bad. So Kevo has now replied. Appreciate you, Captain Maverick. You know, like Ty had called you. Appreciate you for the $9.99 super chat. Shout out to Ty Dollar Sign, the R&B troll artist of the chat. All his teams do get hype all season and forward to playoffs, especially Lamar Prescott. Hashtag pivot playing.
Hey, hold up.
Dang, Tom. You got some strays, Tom.
Man, ooh,
See, they won't.
I got a feeling Ty
Yeah,
will say
another one coming.
Ty will say another chat. He was in another chat.
Prescott.
Man, I agree, Joe. I think it's pretty much I pretty much thinking along the same lines. When you look at the situation, Russ now goes to a place where think about his situation in Seattle. What was this team really known for? Was it the high flying offense, or would they run first, and then the defense was like top notch?
When they were winning, defense.
Exactly.
And run game.
What does Pittsburgh have? What are they based off? They're based off defense right now with TJ Watt and Casey Hampton and those guys. And, Joey Porter Jr., who had a really good rookie season last year. Now you bring in you bring in a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Of course, it's been years removed. He's a former 9-time Pro Bowler. And you're not asking him to be that. You're just asking him to pretty much do what he did last year, which managed the game. 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He played pretty well. He played a lot better than he did the year before. Remember, the year before, we were saying he might need to just be gone because he looked terrible the first year with Denver.
Yeah.
And now with everything that's going on in Pittsburgh, I feel like it's a good fit if he wins the starting, if he wins the starting quarterback position. Now, me personally, I think he's going to win it because I don't see what Kenny Pickett has done to say that he would be better than Russell Wilson at this point in his career. But it could be a really, really good move if he plays. If he throws 30 touchdowns, 6 interceptions next year. That could bode well for success, and then now Mike Tomlin has a chance to not only get to the playoffs but win a playoff game.
Now Jalen Hurts MVP numbers.
Hey, just saying.
Actually, better than Jalen Hurts MVP numbers.
Just saying that Pittsburgh will have a really good shot at making a run in the playoffs if you have a quarterback like that. Because look at what Patrick Mahomes did this year in the playoffs. Did he play lights out? Or he just played a game to where he could make sure that they won games. And their defense was really good too. Now their offense did end up scoring more points than they did in the regular season. But I think all they really have to do is shore up that offensive line a little bit more, and then they'll be good because you still have Najee Harris and with the other guy was on Warren.
Mm-hmm.
You still have the 2 running backs back there. You got Kenny. You still got George Pickens. You got Pat Freiermuth, and then you got Deontay Johnson, even though they're saying that he's, he could possibly be traded, but let's just say he stays. You got 3 really good weapons along with a nice backfield. You don't need to do too much. Just manage the game. So I think I like this fit for Pittsburgh and for him because you only paying $1.2 million, so you're not paying a lot of money for him.
Okay.
So I say it's a good move.
So Russ's agent must not like him. Because here you go again, going to another division with some top tier quarterbacks. He left the NFC West, where he was one of the best, or could say he was the best quarterback in the division, to go over to the AFC, where you got Mahomes, Herbert.
I will gladly say he was the best quarterback in the division. That is facts. No one else really had a good quarterback during that time.
Yeah, because unless it's Call of Duty. Then you got Kyler Murray, but
he was the second best. Kyler Murray was second best for sure, but Russell was still number 1.
And now he's coming over to another division where you got Deshaun, Lamar. Let me rephrase it. Lamar, Burrow, Deshaun. Now Russ again. It's just like, hey, so Pittsburgh. Shout out to y'all because what we seen with Kenny Pickett last season was, I think, that might just be the ceiling because of the situation that he's in. I'm not gonna put too much on him right now. But Russ coming in there, you do got a veteran presence, and you got somebody that's willing to help the young quarterback out. So they are competing for the starting spot. We all know, I think Russ is going to win that unless something like drastically crazy happens in training camp where Kenny Pickett shows up and he's like Tom Brady-esque. Mm-hmm. That's the only reason we can see Russ losing his job. But you got Russ who's been there, done that. And like we said, remember the beginning of the Broncos season where it was just like, was this a good move? I mean, everybody was questioning, was it Russ or was it Sean Payton? And then they picked it up towards the end, and they almost had a shot to actually make the playoffs. Now they're just a wholesale squad where they're just getting rid of everything. This is a flat-out rebuild. You can tell that what they're doing. And for Pittsburgh, it does move the needle just a little bit. Just to answer the actual question, it does move the needle because now you got somebody, like I said, that's going to come in and he can help Mike Tomlin because we already know what Mike Tomlin can do as a head coach. But now you got another person on the field that can back it up. So all those moments where the wide receivers didn't want to block for the running back, it's like, well, we got a quarterback that we can believe in now. I might want to put a little effort in my blocking, or I might want to run my routes a little bit better. And Russ is in the locker room. We don't know how that presence is going to be. Are the kids going to crack jokes? You know, he got to be prepared for that because these are some youngins. So we'll see how that goes. And it's on a bargain deal. So you can't go wrong. So I think it's going to move the needle a little bit. That division is going, like we said, ruffle a little feathers because there's a lot of questions to be asked for each quarterback in that division. Like Lamar coming off the playoff game, Deshaun Watson in the season that they had with Joe Flacco, Joe Burrow, can he stay healthy? And now you got Russell Pickett, who's the quarterback. So the parity in the NFL, man, they just keep finding ways to keep us entertained.
Yeah, that's
but at least
right.
you know they're going to win 8 games. I mean, 9 games, I'm at.
They might get 10 now.
That's true. But it also just gives Kenny Pickett a chance to learn under somebody as well. So maybe this helps his career too.
It should. You know, maybe it better. Talking about it better help his career.
He'll learn from this then. XFL.
If not, then he'll be like Mac Jones.
XFL.
Oh, no. XFL may be a step lower. At least Mac still got a chance.
Man, got traded to be a backup. Dang.
And the way they trying to spin this, someone he a hometown hero. I'm like, he the backup.
Exactly.
What he saving y'all from?
Nah, you see these fans already practicing O-line drills, making sure they won't
hurt Trevor Lawrence. Sure Mac don't start. That's crazy.
God forbid Trevor Lawrence ever get hurt, whoever that lineman was that gave up that block, he gonna get dealt with by the Jaguars
fans and the players.
Right.
Like, man, what you doing? Bill Belichick, meanwhile, just somewhere telling some, hey, I did my job.
That's the worst troll. Like, I mean, that's one of the best trolls I've seen. A fan try practicing. That's crazy. That dang Patriots, y'all had a bad, huh? God,
he had a good first kick though. He was showing y'all that he could play tackle. So
I know, right?
The stance wasn't perfect, but the kick was there.
It was good, man. All right, so look, y'all. For those who watching, Refuse to Lose Sports is not just a show; it's a network. All right, so we have a bunch of shows, right, within the network, and let's go through them. So the first show we have BWT Baseball with Teddy, right on cue. Look, last comment is by BWT himself, Teddy. All right, yeah, this was a great move for us, yes, sir. But yeah, Baseball with Teddy, plain and simple, baseball with my man Teddy. Teddy definitely.